So it's the calm before the storm, 10 hours from now for road crews. The plows and salt trucks are standing by, ready to roll as soon as the snow starts to fall. WLKY's Emily Maha is live with a look at what they're doing to keep our streets cleared. Emily.
Rick, we're here tonight on Drescher Bridge Road, where it meets up with Brownsboro Road, close to where it comes and meets up with Melwood Avenue. And if you take a very close look to the road here, you can see some of those white stripes. Crews have been spraying salt brine all day in an effort to make the roads easier to clear tomorrow.
I'm gone. We're going to try to get ahead of it.
Bob Despain, who lives in Louisville, isn't sticking around for the snow. He's catching a plane to Florida tonight.
Now, I'll probably get caught down in Tennessee somewhere, but what the heck. I'm getting a little bit closer.
But for road crews here at home, there's no getting away from the snow. Crews have been spraying salt brine on the roads all day.
We'll wrap that up late tonight, early tomorrow morning, and then we'll start loading the trucks with salt and plow blades and staging at the top of the routes.
Metro Louisville could see about 2 inches of snow.
I enjoy it. What? I do.
Road crews will hit the main streets like Dixie Highway and Bardstown Road first, then tackle less traveled streets.
We'll have all of our day shift crews running tomorrow morning.
The first round of crews comes in at 7 o'clock tonight. They'll work a 12-hour shift before the next crew takes over.
We'll do about 2,100 center lane miles of roadways on the snow rounds.
And for one driver passing through the area, the forecast for snow is welcome.
I've driven it when it's been crazy blizzard and it's kind of fun, as long as you don't get stuck.
Tim DeSanto is on his way to Fort Wayne, Indiana, and a snowy ride is okay with him.
I am more than ready for some winter weather. Bring on the snow.
Now, crews tell me they'll use between 30 and 40,000 gallons of salt brine on the roads tonight into tomorrow morning. They tell me when it starts to snow, crews will wait about 30 minutes before heading out with the plows. They tell me they need some of that moisture to mix with the salt brine to make it easier to plow. Live in Louisville, Emily Maha, WLKY News.
All right, thanks, Emily. And that whole scene that you can see behind Emily will look completely different this time tomorrow. In Hardin County, Jay says 2 to 3 inches are on the way. Crews will spent the afternoon today pre-treating the roads there. They sprayed about 2,000 gallons of salt brine mix on county roads. They plan on spreading about 10 tons of salt in an effort to keep the snow from causing hazardous conditions.
We're weather driven. You know, whatever the weather brings in, we'll roll with it and deal with it. Be patient with us. You know, we know the roads are going to be bad. We have 600 and some miles of road that we have to deal with.
What impact will the winter weather have on JCPS and other school districts? Right now, no decision has been made about whether to cancel classes tomorrow, but you can get updates anytime just by going to WLKY.com or using the WLKY mobile app.
A woman who killed a man while driving drunk once out of prison, Paula Opel, made the request for shock probation at a court hearing today. Carolyn Callahan joins us with how the victim's family responded to that request. Carolyn?
Vicki, Paula Opel has served less than a year of her 12-year sentence, but her attorney says she's done her time. He says Opel can continue her alcohol treatment more effectively outside of jail and says his client is very sorry for what she did. Juwan Turner's family says they forgive her, but that letting her out of jail could lead to devastation for another family.
I try to visualize my hands running down his cheeks to rub his face and look at his eyes and say, Juwan, Mama loves you, but I won't ever, never, ever get that opportunity again. I won't ever get it again.
An emotional Janelle Turner begged the judge to keep her son's killer behind bars.
In 12 years, if she does what she agreed to, she will be able to hold her child, hold her grandchild, hold her family members, but I will never, ever be able to do it again.
Paula Opel was charged with murder but pleaded guilty to manslaughter for the death of 35-year-old Juwan Turner. Opel was drunk when she hit Turner, then left the scene on Beulah Church Road in July 2014.
That lady was flying. She hit him so hard that he knocked the side mirror off of a tow truck.
Opel was sentenced in May to 12 years.
I forgive Miss Oprah, and if I could run over there, I would hug her.
we're truly sorry, and they would have been, the moment it happened, would have apologized to everybody.
It's an apology the Turners have heard before, but they say it's about more than being sorry.
I'm not trying to punish her in the sense of I'm angry and I'm trying to get back. I'm just saying, let's make this thing a growing lesson for people. Before they get in the car and drive drunk, there are consequences to your actions. That's all we're saying.
Opal's daughter spoke in court, saying she knows her mom has learned from what happened. Turner's family wants Opal to live up to the deal she made when she pleaded guilty.
You said you would do 12 years. It was called a plea bargain. Please, just do your 12 years. Get yourself together in the 12 years so that this kind of hurt and devastation won't be like this for another family.
And the judge did not make a decision on the shock probation today. She said she will issue a written decision in the next few days. Carolyn Callahan, WLKY News.
Thank you, Carolyn. New Albany police make an arrest in a social media threat targeting New Albany High School and other schools in Floyd County. The suspect is a 17-year-old boy from New Jersey. The teenager was extradited to Indiana over the weekend. Because of his age, police are not releasing any other details about how they connected him to the message made last year on Facebook.
A local lawmaker is pushing for Louisville police officers to work longer shifts. Representative Steve Riggs will pitch House Bill 149 at a committee hearing tomorrow in Frankfort. WLKY's Christina Moore is live at the Fraternal Order of Police. Christina, what do officers think about this proposal?
Well, Rick, the FOP president here says nearly 80% of officers involved with this issue support the potential change. Advocates say a 12-hour shift as opposed to an 8-hour shift would not only impact officers, but the entire community.
Each shift is going to have more people. So there's going to be more officers on each shift now.
Dave Muchler and Louisville's Fraternal Order of Police represent 1,200 current Louisville Metro police officers. Muchler says after a vote in November, an overwhelming majority favored working 12-hour shifts instead of the current 8.
Of the rank of officer or sergeant, we're permitted to vote because it only affects their contract. And so we had about close to 900 votes. Which is above 80% of the membership that actually voted, which is unheard of in elections normally.
With 12-hour shifts, officers would work 36 hours 1 week, followed by a week with 44. So each pay period would still be 80 hours.
As chairman of the committee, we have to keep an eye on what we think improves operations in local governments.
State Representative Steve Riggs will pitch House Bill 149 at the local government committee hearing on Wednesday in Frankfort. State law has to be rewritten before LMPD can make the change. Riggs says 12-hour shifts would increase police availability in our community and at the same time give officers more time at home.
Well, I think that they look at it as a way to spend, they'll have more downtime in between shifts, so they'll have more time with family, and that helps their morale.
Riggs and Muchler say the change allows LMPD to address manpower issues and boost morale at no extra cost to taxpayers.
It would allow them to have more officers on the street in the neighborhoods at any one given time.
Now, those votes are anonymous, but Muchler says the officers who voted against a 12-hour shift may be those veterans who work the day shift and go home to their families every night. Now, Muchler, as well as LMPD Chief Steve Conrad, will be at tomorrow's hearing in Frankfort, testifying in support of the change. If the bill goes past committee, it will go to the entire House, then to the entire Senate, then it will go to the governor's desk. Now, there is an emergency clause on this bill, so if the governor signs it, it will go into effect immediately. At FOP Tonight, Christina Mora, WLKY News.
Okay, weather-wise and outside right now, all is still quiet across the region. Beautiful sunset in progress. It's going to stay non-eventful, so to speak, right through the first half of tonight, but we're watching the snow near St. Louis pushing in our direction. More on that 7-day coming up in a few minutes.
New tonight at 6, a Louisville man is arrested for trying to meet a teenage girl for sex. Thomas Casso is charged with prohibited use of an electronic communication system for the purpose of procuring a minor for a sex offense. Now, according to the cyber investigators with the Attorney General's office, the 47-year-old had posted an online ad seeking a high school girl for a fling. He was arrested Friday in Shelby County after an undercover officer set up a meeting. Casso is being held on a $5,000 bond. Shiloh police need help finding a missing teenager. 13-year-old Dayera Hayden was seen last Friday afternoon getting off a school bus with another girl at Bicknell and Craig Avenue in the Iroquois area. Police are concerned because, along with weather, she's a diabetic and doesn't have her insulin.
There's not any reason at this point to suspect any kind of foul play. But one, she's not where she should be. She has two very worried and caring parents that would like to get her back home. And then, like you said, the weather conditions and the medical conditions definitely add to the situation.
Dayera is 5'3", 115 pounds, with light skin, short black hair, and brown eyes. She has a small scar on the outer portion of her right eye. She was wearing blue school pants, a pink short-sleeve collared shirt, gray North Face hooded sweatshirt, and gray-like Nike Air Jordans. It's possible she was in southern Indiana this weekend. If you have seen her, call Shiloh Police. That number 448-6181.
A man was killed in a crash this morning in West Butyl. A semi stopped on Butyl Bypass near Plaza Avenue with engine trouble. Police say the driver was trying to set up emergency cones when a Ford F-150 slammed into the back of the trailer. The driver of the Ford was killed. His name has not yet been released. The semi driver was not hurt. While the downtown bridge project heads into its final stages, traffic is moving smoothly over the Ohio River. The Kennedy Bridge is now closed to traffic as crews replace the deck and rebuild the Indiana approach. This means drivers going south on 65 no longer have access to I-71 or I-64. While it's an inconvenience, drivers are handling the traffic pattern change.
This morning, we did see some congestion that we don't normally see early on, 65 southbound all the way to 264, but it cleared out a lot sooner than I thought. I was expecting rush hour to extend beyond its normal point.
You can use the Sherman-Minton Bridge to access I-64, cross the Lincoln Bridge to the Watterson East to connect to 64 or 71, or take the Clark Memorial Bridge into downtown. One lane on the Kennedy Bridge is expected to reopen by the end of July.
With the freezing temperatures and snow in the forecast, keep this in mind. Scammers are trying to take advantage of people, so Duke Energy is issuing a warning to customers. Scammers are pretending to work for the utility company and threatening to cut off service unless an immediate payment is made. Customers are told to go buy a prepaid debit card and call back with the receipt and PIN numbers. That should be a red flag to you.
We've always had these scams. It's just those scam artists are becoming more sophisticated. They're getting the caller ID to say Duke Energy. You think, oh, okay, well, Duke Energy must be calling me. It says that. But recently, I don't know if it's with the new year, but we have seen an increase in these types of scams going on. And we just want people to know that don't become victim of the scam.
If you do receive one of these calls, hang up and call Duke Energy at 1-800-521-2232. LG&E has also seen an increase in this type of scam.
Now, your WLKY weather with Chief Meteorologist Jay Cardosi.
All right, beautiful skies out there right now. It's nice to see it's still light this time of the night as the days are getting longer and longer. Problem of it is still cold out there, and we're still expecting some wintry weather in here late tonight through the first part of tomorrow. This beautiful live look, of course, from the Bristol and Jeff looking back towards downtown Louisville, the 2nd Street Bridge. Looks like traffic moving along rather nicely there. As far as the numbers go outside at this time, 21 to 23 is the range. Humidity 42% with a southeast breeze in here, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Radar scope and the satellite put together here, things are quiet close to home, but notice what's happening off to the west of us, some snow developing across sections of Missouri, western Illinois, as well as Iowa. Leading edge of this is not yet reaching the ground, but as the atmosphere saturates, it will. And a little bit later on tonight, this is the snowmaker that's going to arrive and continue through the morning commute. So here we go. We're going to plan it out hour by hour for you. First off, next few hours, we're fine. A few high clouds, nothing more than that. Through midnight, we're fine. Clouds will be increasing, but it's still dry. well after midnight. We're talking 2, 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. Here comes some snow spreading in from the west, developing as it does so. Basically Interstate 65 and points westward around 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning. The light snow expected to start. And then for the morning commute, we will likely see continuous light snow. And by the way, that snow could be a little bit heavier in our far southwestern communities, where the National Weather Service has posted that winter storm warning, mainly for Litchfield, Greensburg, as well as Columbia. That's where there could be closer to 4 inches by the time everything is all said and done. But the snow will continue through mid to late morning, and then around 10, 11 o'clock, the accumulating part should be done. We'll taper it off to flurries, even drizzle, and then everything ends tomorrow afternoon as we just kind of stay cloudy and cold. How much? Again, this isn't a huge storm, but I think it's going to be a high impact event because number one, it's coming in at a bad time of the day, the morning commute. Also, ground temperatures are very cold, so when it starts to fall, it's going to stick, it's going to accumulate right off the bat. 1 to 2 inches expected, the northeastern one half of the viewing area, 2 to 4 across the southwestern one half. In and around the metro, forecast hasn't changed all that much. Just about 2 inches is expected by midday tomorrow. Then everything will get on out of here. But watch out for those slick roads. Again, tomorrow morning, allow some extra time to get to your destinations. This is storm system number 2, now pulling into the western United States. And by all accounts, this one is going to be the stronger one that we're going to be dealing with. Looks like it's going to impact us by the end of the work week. This is the upper jet stream flow, and you can see this upper level low is really going to start taking shape Thursday night into Friday. It's taking a pretty good track, folks, to give us some more wintry weather. It looks like late Thursday night into Friday, we'll see a mix developing, changing over to snow across the area. Somewhere very close to us, it could be a band of heavy snow. Still a lot of time to look at this thing. No doubt the track is going to fluctuate somewhat. We'll keep you posted, though, as we get a little bit closer. Let's check the forecast. For this evening, next few hours, it looks fine. Dry, cold, as we'll hover around 20. 18, 10 o'clock tonight as we go mostly cloudy. Snow develops after midnight, continues for the morning commute. And then by midday tomorrow, it should be out of here as it diminishes. We're 28 degrees at that time, going up to 33. Thursday looks quiet, increasing clouds, and 37. And then Vicki, Rick, that next system rolls in late Thursday night and Friday. More wintry weather at that time. At least the weekend, things are quiet. Saturday and Sunday, we can all take a deep breath.
Yeah, you in particular.
We're just sitting by watching.
I know,
It's
right?
a pretty sight coming down.
Yeah, hey, be careful if you're out and about tomorrow morning. It could be kind of slick.
Thanks, Jay. The snow may not be able to cool off the Cardinal defense.
U of L is back in action tomorrow.